Alright, hey guys, so just gonna make this video on the top, I think, 8 things that I hate about my Dodge Charger V6. Obviously, lots of people have made these videos, but I haven't really seen one about the V6, and just thought I'd share my opinions. So, here it goes. So the first thing would be the visibility. So you can't really see very well in this car from the driver's seat, which is where I am now. I know some other cars can be worse, but I've grown up driving other huge sedans with big windows, and yeah, you can't really see well out of this. So first of all, the A-pillars are massive. If you look at these things, they've literally almost caused me to hit someone when I just did not see either a person or a car coming, because they're just so big. They can really block your view. And also, if you're at an intersection, stopped at a red light, if you pull up too close, the roof kind of like starts quickly, I guess. I don't know how to describe that, but if the light's up there, you can it's definitely blocked from your view. And also, the blind spots are really small. As you can see, the back window is pretty small, so it can be definitely hard to see out of your blind spots. And even the back windshield's not that big, so you just don't get great visibility from inside the car. So the second thing I hate about the Dodge Charger is that it has a 4-speed automatic, and it really sucks. So the engine revs higher, and has a really big pronounced drop in gears that you won't really feel as much in cars with more gears. And I really don't like that the transmission learns your driving style, and it changes its shifting patterns based on how you drive. So other cars do this, but it doesn't feel like it to the same extent. So depending on how you drive, if you drive fast or slow, the transmission will shift and learn, and it always feels different to me. So this is really annoying, and yeah, sometimes the transmission feels really sluggish, other times it feels great, and sometimes the shifting is hard, sometimes it's nice, so it's always changing and kind of pisses me off. So the third thing I hate about the Dodge Charger V6 is the quality issues. Something that's getting better with Dodge, but still needs work, especially for this year of car. So there's just a lot of things that go wrong with these cars. So some common examples are the gas tanks won't fill up, OEM suspension parts wear out quickly, the V8 engines have a ticking noise, so does the 3.5 liter V6s. And so personally, I've had other nuisances as well, such as the recirculation door going out, and also I've had a squeak in the back that no one's been able to fix for like a year. No one knows what it is. Very annoying. So all these things added up, and I've spent a lot on repairs. And obviously this is an expense for everyone, but it just seems that more things go wrong with the Chargers than other cars. And just do a quick Google search. You'll find many people have all the problems I just listed. And there's also many horror stories, such as people with blown engines, transmissions, and all sorts of problems you just don't see that often on other brands of cars. So the next thing is, I don't like that my V6 is a V6. So obviously the V6 Chargers are viewed as inferior to the V8s by all the other owners. And people always comment or say things like, "Oh, dude, a V6 will never be a true muscle car." So yeah, that sucks. And you know, people ask you, "Oh, is that the Hemi?" No, it's not. It's a V6. So yeah, and also you crave more power, and you know that the Hemis are a big step above. But this is all I can afford, so I'm gonna stick with it for now.
Now, I know this is not a Prius or hybrid, but still, gas mileage sucks. I can only get around 400 to 450 kilometers on a tank living in a large city. If I look at the facts here, the Dodge Charger was in the large car EPA class in 2009. So comparing it within its class among large cars with only V6s, so I'm not talking about any 4 or 8 cylinder cars, this car is tied for 10th on the list in a combined MPG. And among all sedans from 2009 with 6-cylinder engines, it is ranked tied for 28th for combined MPG. So that's all cars, large cars, and other sedans. So for these lists, I only counted a car once, so if there's a manual and automatic offered and they had better mileage than the Charger, that would only count as one car. And also, as you can see, even though there's a slight difference between something like the Impala and Charger for gas mileage, that equals about a $420 savings in gas per year, which is quite a lot.
So the next thing would be that the interior really feels cheap. I know it's a base model, but still everything just feels so cheap and like plastic. I mean, from this material to this material, like every part of it here, the door handles, like everything just feels, you know, fairly cheap. No nice materials at all. And what is up with these lights? You know, they're turned all the way up and they're so dark. So just, yeah, basically the interior just feels pretty cheap, feels very Dodge-like. So next up on my hate list would be driving in any type of weather. So you have to be careful driving in rain and especially snow. The rear-wheel drive likes to spin out easy, and you know, if you're turning in the rain, you might start slipping and sliding if you're not careful or if you go too fast. And driving in the winter is truly awful. Snow tires are not. I've driven front-wheel drive sedans with all-season tires, and it's a breeze driving in the winter. And with this thing, you're literally just, you know, crawling through the snow in a slow lane while other cars are whizzing by you. So definitely hard to get traction in the snow. So the last thing is that the car is very big. So obviously I love the fact that it's a nice big large sedan, but parking sucks. And especially when you live in a big city with like 3 million people like I do, you cannot park anywhere. It's a challenge if you're not in a standard parking lot. Any, you know, street parking, driveways, always got to squeeze your way in, make sure you don't hit anything, and don't even try to, you know, stop traffic by parking somewhere in front of the store. You got to always go hunting around for a nice big space that can accommodate this car. All right, guys, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Make sure to subscribe for more.